We are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back from Dover, everybody. Welcome to another full race live stream here tonight on NASCAR Heat 5 for the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. The Xfinity Series takes away for the Production Alliance Group 300 at the Auto Club Speedway, a 2-mile oval, bumpy oval at that. We're going to be seeing a lot of tire wear here today, so a lot of pit strategy will go into play for this 300-mile race around. Again, a fast 2-mile racetrack where we left off in the last race last week in the career mode before I left for Dover for the race weekend. We ended up having two different winners in the first two races of the season, with Anthony Alfredo winning the season opener at Daytona. We finished second in that race, and then we ended up finishing 11th in the second race of the year, where it ended up being Ross Chastain going to victory lane. Kyle Larson fan, Snowman Dude 22, welcome to the stream. So here we go. We already got a couple people, as mentioned, in the chat, a couple more on the way. And we're going to see how this is going to go. A double-header here tonight. Yes, a double-header. I'm back from Dover. I could have streamed last night, but I wanted to get to bed kind of early. I went to bed at like 9 o'clock when I got home because I had to work again today. And when I got home at 3 o'clock yesterday, I was only home for an hour, basically unpacking all my luggage, all the food that we had left over, got it put away. By the time I got that put away, I left to my sister's softball game because her tournament's going on right now. She's a senior, so literally any game could be her last if she loses. And their game went long last night. It ended up being like, I think the final score was 10-9. Yeah, 10-9. And they started like 15 minutes late because the game before them went long. And by the time it was like a 35-minute drive from there after I got home and everything. It was a long day. I got home and literally the first thing I did was go to bed. So we are here today, though. So we got Kyle Larson fan. We got Kyle Larson. Okay. Kyle Larson, Jonathan Rogers, Ethan, welcome to the stream, everybody. What up? How was your time at Dover? Yeah, I guess quickly before we get into this, Dover was awesome. Great experience as always. Always great to get out to the racetrack. I was super pumped about it going in. Just with the place we stayed alone in Chesapeake Bay, it was awesome. But as far as the race itself goes, it was, I wouldn't say it was lackluster. There's always some good moments and there's some bad moments in the middle of majority of races. And I'm trying to think. This race might have been my least favorite of the races I've seen in person, and it wasn't that bad of a race. So I mean that's just kind of like me being blessed on, like, I've gone to 15 cup races now. I should say the truck race at Eldora was probably the worst NASCAR race I've seen, but as far as the cup races go, the 15 cup races I've seen, that includes the All-Star race from last year, I'd probably put that 15. But as far as the track, the facility is awesome. The crowd and everything was awesome. Everybody was getting into it. And I just thought the race itself, there just wasn't a lot of passing. And once the Hendrick guys got in front, all four of them, they took control of the race. I mean, I kind of figured at the end of stage 2 when they finished 1, 2, 3, 4, that they were going to stay like that, likely, unless somebody beat them off in pit road and kind of split in between them. But somebody was going to have to beat all of them and then try to hold them all back. So it was definitely a track position race, which track position races can be good if they're a good strategy race, but there wasn't much strategy thrown in either because there was no green flag pit stops the entire race too. So I feel like that's what I like about Pocono is, like, yeah, it turns into strategy race and track position at like Pocono or like Indy if they were racing on the 2.5 mile oval. Well, usually they can get the green flag pit stops and it ends up throwing a little bit more strategy into it. But Dover, they just didn't. All the cautions came out at like times where they were, far enough into the run that they pretty much had to pit. And then, I mean, you tried to see some strategy, but then the one time, I'm trying to think, the second to last caution with like 90 laps left or so, when like Blaney and Hamlin and those guys pit, I think only the top 8 stayed out, and I was like, okay, maybe this is going to get interesting now. And literally, Blaney went in 10th and came out 10th. So, like, track position was just a huge, huge factor. Going to be at the Super Speed. Yeah, I will be at Nashville Super Speedway on Father's Day weekend. And Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream as well. Again, welcome everybody coming in. And my next race I'm going to, though, will be Charlotte. In 2 weeks, I'll be at the Coke 600. I was only there for the Cup race at Dover. I've been trying all day to get the the vlog uploaded from work. My internet is so slow at work, and it literally drained my battery on my phone because it was uploading the whole time, that when the battery died twice, died once then, and then I got it on my portable charger enough to get to the golf course, and then it died at the golf course when it was literally at 91% uploaded. So I think I have to re-upload it. I'm off of work tomorrow, so I guarantee that that video will be up on the channel tomorrow. All the race highlights from the grandstands at Dover. So tune in for that. And then we'll have the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast also tomorrow, as well as more NASCAR Heat 5 action. So without further ado, again, doubleheader. Don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer here tonight. Riley Herbst, Austin Hill, and Justin Allgaier will be starting at the rear of the field here in tonight's race. Race 1 at least. The doubleheader will consist of the Auto Club Speedway and Phoenix.
All right, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready.
Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Harrison Burton will lead the field to the green. And we're back to racing on the channel once again.
Stand on the bottom here.
After a 5-day hiatus, we are here. The daily action that you guys come to watch and love. Second and 11th in the first 2 races of the year for Schneider. He comes in with an 86 on the engine power, an 83 on the aero, and an 82 on the suspension. This is the same chassis they used at Las Vegas, but they banged it up. Remember, he blew a left front tire in the final stage of that race. This chassis is a little banged up and going to a fast 2-mile oval where he's going to need some straightaway speed. Might not be the best thing.
Got one outside.
Harrison Burton will lead lap 1, 35 laps, by the way, in stage 1, 35 laps in stage 2, setting up for an 80-lap final stage. Wearing Kyle Larson's shirt, there you go. And if you see me, I'll be wearing all Ryan Blaney gear.
You're all clear up top there.
He wasn't. No, it was still fun. I mean, you never have a bad time at the racetrack. I'm just saying, of all the Cup races, I put that at the bottom. But something that I'm going to mention as well tomorrow when I talk more in depth about my experience at Dover, when I go through the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast, we talk everything Dover review, race review, and everything, fantasy review. The only reason I put it at the bottom, I mean, guys, the races I have been to, I've been to Talladega twice. This year was the best race I've seen in person. That might be some of it too, is the fact that I was at Talladega 3 weeks ago, and that was the best race I have ever seen in person as far as a NASCAR race goes. Best NASCAR race I've ever seen in person. So to go from that to, Dover right there, it might have felt like a little bit of a letdown. That might have been a huge part of it, honestly. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and then I would have been at Talladega last fall, which, just the experience of Talladega itself was awesome. Even though I didn't think it was, like a good Talladega race, but it was, there's some very great moments throughout, though, for sure. It was just wild, jam-packed. Bristol All-Star race wasn't the greatest race, but I think just being at Bristol for the first time, it was still an awesome experience. Darlington was a great race last year when I went. For the Southern 500. I always say that Brickyard 400 2018 is probably the best finish I've seen in person. I still stay true to that. Keselowski and Hamlin, I thought that race overall, even Indianapolis put on a great show. The only other race I could kind of put this with would probably be Kentucky 2018. I think I could probably put that one below Dover. I think that would be right. The only reason I felt like it was better, and this is a biased opinion, which granted it's going to be biased because, it's me seeing the race in person and ranking it that way, with my experience and everything. I'd say Kentucky, the only reason I liked it more is because Blaney finished second and had a shot at the win that day. Versus, like, Blaney, the this weekend. Looked like he was going to have a shot early. He was running third, and then they brought him onto pit road. I didn't think they had to repair that damage as long as they did, lose all that track position. I mean, he was only able to get back up to 11th, and it was so hard to pass. He couldn't get that track position back, even though he probably had a top 5 car. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream.
Hold on, man.
Team has a game in 20 minutes. I'll rewatch the stream overnight. All right. Well, you might catch the second one. We're running a doubleheader. Because I got home fairly early. He's running towards the back. Stayed in front of Austin Hill the entire time, and he just passed Mike Harmon that last lap. Currently at lap 7 right now. Austin Cindric leads after Harrison Burton won the first couple laps of the race. Got 8 people watching right now. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks for coming back to the channel after a handful of days off. Again, I was at Dover for the race weekend. I was only there for the Cup race because I didn't leave until Saturday morning. I think by the time we got to where we were staying, the Xfinity race was just getting underway. But I would have had like another hour driving the track from there, so it wouldn't matter.
Got one outside now.
Yeah, no practice qualifying tonight for either race, by the way. At this one door, the next race. Daniel Hemrick takes the lead off turn 2 from Austin Cindric.
Still there? All right, you're clear.
Slowly moving through the field, got past Coley Howard, inside of Landon Castle.
Stay at the bottom here.
Jenner wasn't a championship contender until really the opening round of the playoffs is where we really saw him just really start to dominate races and contend for a championship late in the season. But already this year, he led 33 laps at Daytona. He only led a few laps at Vegas on pit strategy, but he still led some laps. He's already led nearly a quarter more laps this season compared to last season. By that, I mean he's led nearly 50 laps this year. He only led 212 total last season. Ross Chastain is leading down the back straightaway into turn 3. Chastain again coming off a win at Vegas, a bumpier racetrack. This is a bumpier track. This can play into Chastain's wheelhouse. Remember, he went winless last season, but already won win this year. He missed the playoffs because, again, we had 15 different winners last year, 13 in the regular season. So you needed a win to get in the regular season. That might be the case this year, considering you had a driver that finished last in the playoff standings last season already get a win at Daytona. And Anthony Alfredo, and then Chastain, who didn't get a win all last year, gets a win at Vegas. That's just insane. I wouldn't necessarily call them upsets per se, but considering where they were in points last year, both finished outside the top 10. Alfredo leading the first 2 races in. He's finished 6th or better in the first 2 races. Winning the 6th place at Vegas.
Careful, still there.
Let's see how he's going to run here tonight at Fontana.
Careful, still there.
It's around Chad Pinchon now.
You got room, you're clear.
27th. Chase Briscoe leads. Briscoe's gone over 1 season without a win. It looked like he was in a very good position to win at Las Vegas, but that caution came out to force a late race restart with about 5 laps to go, and got past coming to 2 to go at the line, costing himself the win. Tough break for Briscoe. It has been 34 races since his last victory. Again, that was last season in the 2nd race of the year, so it's been a long time. Yeah, it always stinks coming home from the racetrack at the race weekend's over, but I always try to look at the bright side of things that it's not done yet. And heck, even this year, I mean, I still got 9 more races I'm going to. 8 more race weekends, because that's counting the fact that Pocono's got a doubleheader. So 8 more weekends I'll be out for the races here. And granted, Michigan, I'll be sleeping in my own bed after the race that night too, because I'm only an hour and a half away. So I guess I'm only traveling for 9 races. Let's get it. I only got a week and a half until I leave for Charlotte already. I'll only be gone a few days on that trip, so I'll probably only have maybe 2 days off of streaming at the most. I might be able to get a stream in, but I've got a video I'm planning in the works outside of the vlog itself for when I go to Charlotte, so stay tuned to the channel for that. You might be very, very surprised. I don't know if I'm, you know, gonna upload it somewhere around when I get back. I'm definitely gonna go to work on it. I'm gonna put all my editing focus into it, really take my time on it. So you guys will enjoy it. I want to keep it a surprise.
Alright, clear outside.
A couple videos with that, I guess. One very, very good.
Car outside.
Caution's out for the first time today at lap 13. A lot of lead changes up towards the front. Briscoe was leading, and then Ross Chastain just took the lead away from him as the caution weighed. So Chastain will restart from the lead. Everybody's going to stay out of the pits here. Schneider got up to 26 before the caution. Going to the gold bowling at the one race. No, I am not. I went to Watkins Glen a couple of years ago. Great track, great facility. If you get a chance to go to the Glen, I highly recommend it. Now, the only road course races I'm going to this year would be Road America and Indianapolis. I'll be at Indianapolis for both the Xfinity, the Cup, and the IndyCar race. And then Road America, just the Cup race. I'll be at Mid-Ohio in a few weeks as well for the Xfinity race. So I wasn't even counting that as one of the trips I was going to also.
Are you ready here?
Wasn't a couple event in, it's another, you know, I'll go down on the Saturday and be back home by early afternoon. OG Mar, welcome to the stage. Green flag back in the air. Ross Chastain leads the field to the green. 19 laps to go in stage 1.
Alright, clear
Clears up for the Matt Mills, making sure he hasn't cleared. Really stalled out that outside lane behind Schneider. He's got his left sides down on the apron, trying to get underneath the Josh Williams off turn 2. He's going to side draft him now, trying to pull him back and stay along the inside. Again, not a lot of straightaway speed with an 86 on the engine power. Max department is a 95.
Alright, you're clear.
3 and 4. Maybe solid restart. Obviously helps Schneider that he restarted in that bottom lane, but he clears a couple of cars off turn 4. Getting a run down the draft. Behind Timmy Hill. We go into the middle lane. Inside of Hill, outside of Justin Haley.
Careful, still there.
Timmy Hill's going to give Schneider a big push down the back straightaway. Schneider to the inside of Nemechek now for 18. Now to the inside of Ray Black Jr. Justin Allgaier 3 wide. Sends it into the corner to pass them both. Remember, Allgaier started at the rear as well. Allgaier's going to follow Schneider all the way down. Schneider goes to the apron though, and that's where Allgaier stops. He's not going to follow him that far.
Careful there.
He's got a really good chance at stage points coming up here. That's all over his back. Schneider clears Alex Obey now for 14. Trying to trap behind Brandon Brown down the long back straightaway. Car got really loose on corner entry right there. You guys can see that car slide out. Low downforce on this bumpy of a racetrack. Definitely going to cause for that. Allgaier's going to give Schneider a push now through the trial.
Careful, still there. Alright, you're clear.
Still pushing him off into turn 1. Randy Brown gets right back underneath Allgaier as well. Briscoe back out in front of a lot of lead changes up towards the front of the field. Really pitches it off into turns 3 and 4.
Outside.
Jeremy Clements for 12.
You got room. You're clear.
Didn't score any stage points at Vegas with that 11th place finish. Remember, he sacrificed stage points in stage 1 when he was running 6th. Stage 2. This wasn't inside the top 10. Also conserved his tires as well at the end of that stage. So he got blown the left front tire anyway. Questionable good strategy, to say the least, but it almost worked out. Caution came out just 2 laps later, but almost only counts in horseshoes and inconvenience. Not so much in NASCAR. R6, welcome to the stream. Laps to go, stage 1. Still good battle for the lead up at the front between Chase Briscoe. It looks like, hard to tell for sure, Ross Chastain. They're side by side, still off turn 2. Chastain looked to shut the door on Briscoe, and he couldn't quite clear it. Briscoe gets that run off the high side. No problem there, R6, just 23 laps in, and this is a doubleheader here tonight, so we will be running Phoenix as well right after this one. Had 12 likes. Again, thanks for everybody hitting that like button. Make sure you do so if you haven't already. Didn't qualify or practice for this race. Just hopped right on in there. We're down in our department, so I wasn't qualifying and practicing, obviously. Figured we weren't going to be too fast, but we're actually seeing some decent speed regardless. Taking care of his tires well outside of Las Vegas. For whatever reason, he can't take care of his tires well at that racetrack, but everywhere else, I think everybody tends to burn their tires more than Schneider. The inside of Harrison Burton has hit a little bit of a draft off of Michael Annett, and he also side drafts the pole center back himself.
All right, you're clear.
1 and 2, Burton on the high side, Schneider through the middle. Trying to gain now on Brandon Jones and Michael Annett, who are side by side for 9th right in front of him. Yeah, 86 on the engine, 83 on the aero, and an 82 on the suspension for those of you guys just tuning in. So this is the same chassis we used at Vegas when we blew the left front tire in the final stage of the Vegas race, so that's why we had a decent amount of damage there. It's a little banged up. 3 wide for 9th place into turns 1 and 2. Schneider going to make the pass on both Michael Annett and Brandon Jones. Great move on this very wide racetrack. The widest in NASCAR, especially in the center of the corner, especially 3 and 4, because you can even run the apron on turns 3 and 4. There's even progressive banking all the way down to there. Schneider run that lane a few times already. Catching up to Anthony Alfredo, he's having another good run. The start of this campaign.
Still there?
Drop a spot to 9th, Schneider to 8th on the inside in the 1 and 2.
All clear.
Here comes in 5th in points, 2 races in. Once they have that shot at the regular season championship. So these stage points are going to matter, of course, also. He's going to want a good shot at winning in general. Overall championship, the more wins he can get, so all the playoff cuts really fall into one. Back up turns 1 and 2 a little bit more. A good run to the center of the corner. Now he's going to try to draft right in line behind Noah Gregson. Got a little loose off turn 2. Easy to do on this racetrack. Driving in deep now into 3 and 4. Just taking that line away from Gregson. Slide job up the racetrack. Clear. Gregson off turn 4. He's up to 7. Break that draft with Gregson behind him now down to the apron. Noah doesn't go that low. We saw the same thing out of Allgaier earlier.
Inside.
Gregson tries to get deep now for the 1 and 2. Schneider's trying to back up 1 and 2 a little bit more. Really gun into the center of the corner. Trying to help that straightaway speed down the back as much as he possibly can. I don't want to oversaturate the online races because, again, just really trying to work on the broadcasting ability, but I can make it a more common mainstay, I guess you would say. As we've seen on the channel in recent weeks. Really good shot, it looks like, to get up to 4th. Riley Herbst, Jesse Little, Austin Cindric in front of him. Remember, Herbst also started at the rear of the field. Moved up so much faster than what Schneider and Allgaier did. Austin Hill also started at the back, hasn't really gained at all. Deep into turns 1 and 2.
Careful, still there.
So backing up the corner, wants to quickly get around Austin Cindric. Ford Mustang. Herbst stays clear. Jesse Little for 4th. Whoa. I can't do that with the online races. It's just way too wacky. DJI, welcome to the stream. Turns 1 and 2, Little on the top again, Schneider on the bottom. He's going to get alongside contact, and Schneider slid wide off turn 2. He's getting a little loose off the exit of turn 2, not so much off 4, but off turn 2, just a tad bit. Force it down into turns 3 and 4 now and take that spot away from Little for 5th. Strong car in the long runs for the 99. Three laps to go in the stage for him to try and catch Riley Herbst for 4th. Chase Briscoe and Ross Chastain continuing to battle for the lead. They're inside of Herbst, right on that left rear corner panel, trying to side draft Riley as much as he can. Now has to hop in line behind Herbst. Has a little bit too much straightaway speed. Riley going to take over the bottom. Schneider trying to back out of the corner early, really get back into the gas in the center, and he closes on Herbst through turns 1 and 2. Off turn 2, looking low again. Side drafts and now pulls away. Try to go up and side draft him again on corner entry into turn 3. Oh boy, almost made contact. Herbst with the block. Schneider now going to cross over to the outside. That's battling hard for 4th. All these stage points matter so much. Now Herbst is going to side draft Schneider to the line. Final lap of stage 1 for Chastain and Briscoe as they are nose to tail. Trying to get that stage win. Chastain's already got 1, trying to make it 2 stage wins. Schneider on the outside of Riley Herbst. Just cannot get around the 18. He's going to have one more shot on the other end of the track, but Herbst looks like he might have the advantage on the bottom. Schneider trying to side draft him down the back straightaway. Hard to do through the bumps. Both cars moving around quite a bit. Schneider backs out of the gas early. He's going to try to cross him back over to the bottom. What a move!
Careful, still there.
It's going to be a drag race to the line now for fourth. Ross Chastain is just one stage one. Schneider with a block. Oh, and Hertz gets into the back of him. Slides across the line. Still ends up fourth place. Great battle for fourth there right at the end. That was a great move off turn 4. And Ross Chastain again will win stage 1 with Briscoe second, followed by Hemrick, Schneider, Hertz the top 5. Little, Cindric, Gregson, Annette, and Alfredo round out the top 10. Pit stops coming your way during stage 1. And no adjustments for the 99 team, at least for right now. I've played Clint's contest a couple times. I honestly just forget with fantasy every week. Thoughts on Almirola's crash? Yeah, so in person, I kind of saw a glimpse of it. I was videotaping at the time of it happening. But I didn't actually catch it on the camera, but I caught it out of like my eye and then like on the actual replay cam. And I cut the camera too early. I should have zoomed in on the fire. But I couldn't wait for the camera, and then it kind of caught on fire a little bit later after the impact. That was definitely a hard hit. I mean, he was shaking up and got the wind knocked out of him. I think that just the hard crashes he's had a lot of them this season. Just all kind of piling onto one another. And he's, in his late 30s now, not as fit as he used to be. Hard for him to take those hard shots underneath him. It seems like he's had this. Look at this restart. 3 by 3 through the pack right now. Riley Herbst up the middle. What a move by Herbst. In between Schneider and Briscoe for the lead. And see if Herbst can lead that first lap of the race at the line. It looks like barely going to be out ahead of Briscoe.
Car on the outside now. Top 3
Car on the inside of the 99, that would be Brandon Jones. Schneider slides way up the racetrack, just trying to stay out of harm's way right now.
Inside.
Think he's scared from all the catches? I don't think he's scared, no. I mean,
car high, careful.
He's definitely had a lot of hard hits this year. Just bad luck. I mean, like that tire cutting down, that's not his fault.
You got room, you're clear.
Big accident. I mean, maybe he's running that car too long. I guess
inside.
It just seems like if it's not his fault.
Clear there.
Got a car low now. That team is old. I've never seen a top-tier team in NASCAR struggle as bad as I've seen on the road struggle. The fact that we're halfway through the regular season, we still struggle. That's my line. Got one top 10.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Inside. Road clear.
After restarting third, getting up to second, getting into turn 3. Didn't quite get to the lead, but Riley Herbst won that opening lap of stage 2 on the green. And he's trying to get away. Remember, he started at the rear and he looked very strong there in stage 1, driving up the 4th. He finished 5th. Schneider just got around him back to the start finish.
Got one up top. You're all clear up top there.
Some great racing though here tonight. Race 1. We go to Phoenix right after the conclusion of this race. Doubleheader action.
Still there.
Tim Urban, welcome to the stream.
Now.
Chad Pinchuk at least. Trying to keep up with Balicki down the back straightaway. 88 miles an hour.
Careful, still there.
Underneath Balicki off turn 4, as well as Joe Graff Jr. There's a 3 wide briefly. It actually does
You're clear there.
Tim, I wanted to ask you as well. I haven't seen you in person. But I feel like I might have seen you. What were you wearing at the racetrack? 2 questions. What were you wearing at the racetrack? And were you at the Hendrick Motorsports hauler after the race? At any point after the race? Specifically, I don't know what time I was up there exactly, but so that was the last spot I hit before getting back to my car. And I know you were saying something about being at the Miles the Monster statue out in front. As far as Dover as a racetrack and the facility, though, I liked it. I thought it was a really nice, beautiful racetrack. It's not my favorite, though. No, it's going to be so hard to beat Bristol. I'm sorry, it's going to be so hard to... If you haven't been to Bristol, you've got to go. And I was only there for the All-Star race. I can't wait for the Bristol night races. It's going to be epic. Talladega's up there, too. Bristol and Talladega are far and away my 2 favorite tracks right now. Dover... Honestly, as a facility, Watkins Glen's up there on the list, too. That's a really nice place. Indianapolis. I could put Dover 5th. I have to think here for a second. Charlotte's pretty good, too. I don't know if the racetrack at Charlotte is so much great, but just like the atmosphere, you know, around Charlotte with the Hall of Fame and everything, and all the race shots, like, it's a race city. It's a NASCAR-built city, but the racetrack itself, as far as just the track facility, I wouldn't necessarily put it in the top 5. It's nice, but I could put Dover 5th. I think that, honestly, the facility was gorgeous. Oh, no, never mind. I didn't see it. Must have been somebody else. I was gonna say, there's a dude, like, literally 2 people behind me, the Hendrick Motorsports hauler, after the race. And the one dude was wearing a Monster Energy hat and, like, a black shirt. That's the only reason I wondered. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I wasn't at the Xfinity race. I was only at the Cup race on Sunday. I didn't leave until Saturday because I had to work on Friday. Yeah, I am super tall. I'm 6'4". I probably tower over a lot of people. I want to see Eric Estep in person because he claims to be 6'7", and like I've always been like one of the taller kids in the tallest kid in my class. So I've always known myself as being like the tallest person I know or have really met. Outside of like when I go to an NBA game and see NBA players on the floor, it's like, yeah, they'll tower over me. But no, as far as like outside of that, like I don't know anybody taller, so it'll just be interesting. see like how much taller he is.
Stay on the bottom.
Yeah, if I was wearing Blaney stuff and you saw a really tall person,
Clear high.
with a mullet and a beard, red beard, that'd be me. I mean, I'd be wearing a hat so you
Careful,
can see
still there.
the back part. The good part. Side draft.
Careful,
Cesar
still there.
Baccarello. Ooh, Justin
right,
Haley
clear
just
on
about
that.
ran into Baccarello in the center of the corner. They both checked up. Easily makes the pass for Schneider. He's going to go to work on Ray Black Jr. now for 19.
Still there.
Turns 3 and 4. He'll make the pass. Chase Briscoe leads. Go down to the apron through the tri-oval again. Junior just sends it into 1 and 2, and that really took Schneider's line away because he backed out of the gas a little early. He was going to try to cut down the center. Instead, he had to run the middle. He does stay in front of Ray Black Jr., but Ray Black's got a pretty decent run now down the back straightaway. Schneider's draft, very easy to draft with this draft, even on the spoilers.
Car outside, hold your line. Clear high, bud.
Xfinity series, it's just the one straightways in general. It's so easy. Pulls in that time up to 3 and 4. Yeah, if you saw me walking towards the parking lot after the race, I'm trying to think. We were parked like over in turn 3. Basically in turn 3 is where I was parked. By the way, also with Dover, the only downside about like the track itself, that's the only racetrack I've had to pay for parking ever for a NASCAR race at least. I have paid for parking at like some World of Outlaw events and stuff, dirt racing events. But as far as like NASCAR, it's been free parking everywhere. Is there free parking at Dover that I just didn't find? Because it took us in through, it was $10, which isn't much. That's still cheaper than when I go to a baseball game. I always have to pay 15 to 20 bucks when I go to a baseball and football game and stuff. Per minute at least, so. I mean, 10 bucks is really nothing still, but usually it's free. Every other track has been free that I've gone to. I know there's some vendors, that paid for it, so that's why I just wonder if I might have missed like the main entrance and pulled in, where it's 10 bucks there. It felt like I was, basically right with everybody else. I didn't really see any other parking unless parking like ways away from the track. Parked near, yeah, it would have been near turn 4. It was like in the center of the corner, but it was probably closer to turn 3 where our car was actually at. All the way in the middle of 1 and 2. Oh yeah. But it parked all the way at turn 4. Oh no. What was it, Talladega? Yeah, Talladega for the Xfinity race this year. We parked on the exit of turn 4, and our seats were right on the start-finish line. The start-finish line at Dega is like, I mean, you guys know, it's like 3/4 of the way down the front stretch. So we literally had to walk like probably over a mile just to get to our seats. Well over, probably a good mile and a half to get to our seats, to be quite honest, considering the track's over 2.5 miles. But yeah, outside of that though, I usually try to park about where I sit. I usually get pretty lucky with it. So caution is out in the stage. Couple drivers staying out. Actually, it looks like pretty much everybody is going to pit, except for Ray Black Jr. and Keegan Schneider. And Ray Black might have brought out the caution. I'm not entirely sure. It's the second caution for incident today. 94 laps to go. And it's the first of stage 2. Yep. So Ray Black Jr.'s out of the race now. Schneider will restart from the lead, leading his first laps of the race under yellow. Let's see what will come of this, though. He's on older tires on this track, but just grazed the tires down so much. Likely not going to be in position to get stage points again this stage, but we'll see. Green flag back in the air. 10 laps to go in the stage. I'm sure he'd be happy just with leaving the green flag lap here. I mean, that alone's going to be tough. Jesse Little had half of his car on the apron trying to get underneath of Riley Hurst. Emmerich is right in line down the back straightaway behind Schneider's and go into turns 3 and 4. Henrik is going to fake low. He's going to go high. 3 wide now for second. Chastain and Hurst are right there as well. Schneider holds the lead off turn 4. 3 wide, still for second place behind him, trying to block 3 lanes at once as he leads his first great flag lap of the race. Got to be careful again on older tires at this racetrack, especially about 25 lap older tires.
Careful there.
Chastain up high is going to get to the lead.
Car there on the inside.
I got split 3 wide as soon as Chastain got around him. He lost that clean air and all that momentum. Kept by the pack of cars going around him.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Car outside. Hold the line.
Yeah, camouflage stuff is like right up my alley.
Car there.
I don't wear it too much, but I like my Tigers hat. It's like the oil they had that they wore like 2 years ago. I loved it so much that I bought it. At the game, like the next game I went to that I saw. Wow, that guy completely sideways in the corner, and David Starr just shoved the 99 car up the track when they were 4 wide. And to get out of the gas and corner exit to keep it off the wall. He was able to keep it off of everybody else 4 wide after Starr got into his left rear, and now Nemechek sends it into the corner. Schneider goes up the track again, this time in 3 and 4.
Inside.
Goes out of the way.
Careful. Still there.
Schneider's in the wall, off turn 2. Clips the 13. Fincham goes around, he's hard into the outside wall. Caution's gonna wave. Fincham got the worst end of that. Schneider involved really in his first accident this season, which a caution has come out. Blew that left run at Vegas, but he was able to get it to pit road and they stayed green. I stayed in Chesapeake Bay area, Stevensville or Stevensville. I'm not sure how to. I called it Stevensville, but Google Maps was calling it Stevensville the whole time. Park the turn.
Drive safe. Be smart.
Park
Keep your head on straight. Almost ready. Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air.
Hold the line. Clear eye, clear
He's got
eye.
heavy damage. He hit that outside wall hard. Got the back straightaway. He tried to save it through the bumps here at this racetrack, only made it harder. So third caution for incident in this race. But yeah, we were, just over the other side of the Chesapeake Bay. I mean, basically like on the really nice place.
All clear.
Two laps to go to see who will win stage 2. Ross Chastain leads it at the line. He already won stage 1. He won a stage at Vegas as well as the race itself as well. So Chastain's having a stellar start to the year. Trying to pick up where he left off. Schneider slides the tires as he drove it down to the apron. Both the left sides, and he's just got to stay out of trouble here. He's not going to keep up with these guys on this 20 to 25 lap holder tires. Keep the car one piece, make it to the final stage. Kent Island. Well, yeah, I think Kent Island was kind of like the southern part of that, like, island. We were like on the northeastern part of it. Originally, I was trying to get something on Kent Island, like closer to the Bay Bridge, but I couldn't find anything that was like, you know, I mean, I could find something that I could have paid for. It was affordable, but it was more affordable up in that area, and it was still pretty nice. We were still right on the bay. Dock in the back here.
Alright, clear outside.
Trying to gain a couple spots here.
Car
Just for
outside.
the position's sake of it.
Got a car coming inside now.
One of them. Oh, Austin Hill just got into his right rear, too, on corner exit. He's trying to get out of the way. Hill just ran right into him. Stage 2 is going to come to an end. Ross Chastain has swept the stages tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Schneider's going to come to pit road, full fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Now he's going to have about roughly 7 green flag lap fresher tires. Got a couple other drivers at the rear of the field also pitting back there with him. Looks like everybody from 25th on back is going to hit the pits. Justin Haley on back, everybody else is going to stay out. They're going to have 7 lap older tires. That will make a big difference at this racetrack. So were you at the Holiday Inn? No, we were at an actual, like, beach house. Yeah, we were at an actual beach house. I did see that Holiday Inn, though. It looked like it had a pretty good view, too. I was like, oh, that'd be a pretty nice stay. No, we didn't stay at a hotel. That's the first time I've ever used, like, Airbnb myself. Usually I do stay in a hotel when I go to races.
Still there.
That was the first time we did it. Outside of my own house, obviously.
Careful.
I've had to actually travel out of state. That's the first time I stayed in an Airbnb.
Stay low, stay low.
4 wide into turn 3. At the back of the pack. Ooh, Joe Graff Jr. really held up Colby Howard.
Hold your line, got one.
Mike Harmon follows Schneider down to the inside. Harmon's got fresher tires as well. Still sandwiched 3 wide down the front stretch. Chad Finch on the lead on fresher tires also. A lot of these guys on fresher tires. Contact there.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear. Careful, still there.
Back of Finch and then help either.
Still there inside. Got one up
4 wide again through 3 and 4.
3 wide.
Oh, Colby Howard just got into the back of Schneider, shoves him right into Mike Harmon. He's still shoving him 4 wide.
Hold that line, driver.
Oh, this is not a good spot to be pushed. Schneider just got pushed right into Vaccarella.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
They're still 4 wide behind him.
Careful, still there. Got a car high now.
Definitely the craziest restart we've seen so far today. Seen 4 wide a couple times. They're still 4 wide. Now they're 3 wide down the back
Hold your
stretch.
line. Got one outside. Got one peeking outside.
Justin Haley with a shot now in the back of the 99. Pushes him all the way through, and they're actually making some headway off turn 4.
All right, you're clear there.
Look at this massive push Justin Haley is giving
You're all clear on
Kenyon Schneider down the front stretch. That moves them both up to 16th and 17th now. And Haley moves to the outside of Schneider. Tommy Joe Martins is now going to push the 99. Try to get him going again. Why not? Haley pulls out to make a pass. Looks like on Timmy Hill in the 66. Schneider goes underneath both of them. 3 wide into turn 3. Schneider a little flat into the corner.
Got one outside.
Still clears Timmy Hill.
Inside.
It's down in front of Martins. Martin stays in the gas and pushes them again down the front stretch.
got room. You're clear there. Got a carload now.
Chase Briscoe leads this race. A decent amount of laps today, but remember, Chastain has won the first 2 stages. Travel every day to work across there. Okay. You're just pretty used to it. It was a cool experience going over the bridge for me the first time. I know it's technically the Chesapeake Bay. I still consider it the ocean. I mean, it's salt water. I guess that's just me not.
Stay out the bottom.
Near the ocean, so I'll consider it the ocean.
Careful, still there.
It runs into the ocean. It's like the Gulf of Mexico. Like, it's still the ocean. Like, where is that imaginary line where
still there.
you consider it
outside?
The Atlantic? Where's that imaginary line?
Still there.
It's not like when a state comes to an end, because you actually have state lines.
You got room. You're clear.
Actually kind of worked well together down these straightaways. Back of Alex LeVay. A little bit of a push. Drives a deep though through turns 3 and 4 to get underneath LeVay. Oh, and he gets into the side of him. He tried to lift and keep it off, and then
looking inside now.
He broke his momentum lifting, and then he got into side draft on Martin, sends it off into the corner. Well, they got really tight. He went all the way up high. I think that was unintentional. Really just about got into the back of Martin's. The 7-lap pressure tires definitely working well for the 99. Trying to cross over on the 20 of Harrison Burton.
Still there.
Defending champ. Trying to go for back-to-back this season.
Careful, still there.
Side drafting down the front stretch. Stuff to hold on.
Still there.
Underneath him. Burton gets a little loose in that middle groove. The tires are chattering maybe a little too much. Schneider up to 11 makes that clean pass.
There on the outside. You got room. You're clear there.
Still 67 laps to go in race 1 of 2 on the doubleheader here tonight. Remember, we go to Phoenix right after the conclusion of this race. Late night streaming. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR coverage. Full race laps and the broadcast every day outside of when I'm gone for a NASCAR race, traveling to the race weekend as I did at Dover last week, Talladega a few weeks before that. But other than that, it's every day. Also, in my dream, broadcasting real races with NASCAR. 66 to go. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. Around this bumpy 2-mile rover. You get to see that car bounce and move around a ton. lack of grip in the center of the corners. Lower downforce Xfinity cars on the intermediate tracks at least. Schneider is first of all the drivers that have fresher tires, and 25th on through 34th of the cars on the racetrack. Not only on the lead lap, but those were the guys that pitted at the stage break while everybody else stayed out, because they had pitted during the second to last caution at the end of stage 2, giving them about 7 lap fresher tires. With a green flag lap. As far as like the t-shirt haulers, that seems about normal. There might have been a couple missing off the top of my head, but it seemed pretty normal compared to races I went to before COVID. But as far as like events going on around the track, yeah, I mean it's just like that because of COVID. It's been like that every race I've gone to. Actually, Dover had more places to eat food than any other track I've been to, and that includes Dega this year. So both last year and this year since COVID started and they've been allowing fans back at the racetrack, Dover actually had more stuff than any other track I've gone to. But yeah, it is still a little bit less than what you probably typically see as far as like vendors and everything. It'll slowly start opening up more and more as the year goes on and getting back on the stage. I gotta say, Chase Briscoe's probably won the most laps today, despite Chastain in the first 2 stages. Ross just has a really good short run car. Jump out ahead pretty early into the run. As far as fuel goes and the tires go, and the rest of these cars, again, that pitted during the stage break can go just a tad bit further. Well, Schneider's got about 23 laps left he can go on fuel. The rest of the field could probably only go about 16, at least if the car's ahead of it. This is a 2-mile racetrack, but odds of those guys going a lap down, it's probably not going to happen. Yeah, I still don't know what happened to Kyle Busch during the race. I haven't watched the highlights yet. The only highlights I've watched are like my actual like race highlights, or the ones I took the videos of these. But yeah, I don't know exactly what happened to Kyle Busch. It sounded like he was down a cylinder there for a little bit because of the way, like when he passed by, his car even sounded different on top of it being slow. I mean, he was so slow. Even the Rick Ware racing cars were faster than him. I thought they were kind of black flag Busch for being too slow because he was, and the Rick Ware cars were pulling. He was really slow. stop at any lap traffic today with the timing of the 3 cautions we've had for incident. Hasn't been any lap traffic for the leaders. No way to really determine exactly how that's going to go for everybody. Blue tie right in front of me. Yeah, I missed that. I wasn't even watching Larson. I was watching the battle for second. That was a crazy battle for second at the end of stage 1 that I didn't even look at Larson the whole time. He was even way ahead of him. So I missed it. The only accident I saw was Anthony Alfredo spinning off turn 2. I don't think I got it on camera, but I saw it. As it happened. Closing on Brandon Jones and Michael Annette slowly but surely. Surely this being really lacking. Yeah, they brought Laney to pit road because he had a little bit of damage on the front of the race car, which I'd seen like on the video time, whenever they'd show him. I don't know where he got that contact. I don't remember him getting into the back of anybody. He must have been like on a restart with him pushing or whatever. So he had a little bit of damage, but I don't think it was slowing him down at all because he was still in third. He wasn't holding anybody up either. Like, he was still in third, and then they taped it up, and they put a lot of tape on it. Aerodynamically, he wasn't the same out there. I feel like they messed his car up. They fixed something that probably didn't need to be fixed. Was it slowing him down? It probably was slowing him down a little bit, but he was still in third. After that, he just lost track position. He could never get back toward the front. I think he only got back up as high as like 9 or 10. Jackson Thomas looking to the screen. I don't think he had anything for the Hendrick punch by the end of the race. He had the track position. Maybe he had that track position right up above. Probably got the high hopes. He's done better than 11. He scored more stage points too, so he didn't get any stage points.
Still there? You got room, good clear there.
Just got around Brandon Jones for position.
Got one peeking inside.
So looks to try and get back underneath him again. Schneider with a block. Down the back straightaway. Schneider's also going to get underneath of Michael Annette into turn 3 as well. Deep into turns 3 and 4. He's going to clear Annette for 9th place. So he gets around 2 cars that lap for position. Racing the chase Briscoe currently dealing with lap traffic. 53 laps to go. We'll go back to the normal camera now for the rest of the race. Yeah, I haven't even looked at fantasy yet either.
Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing
Should have done
down.
it when I was
He's
on
going
break
to
today.
the
I was busy trying to get a video together though today. Not the vlog, but other videos. Wow, so this is where that tire wear is really coming into play here. We obviously expected to see a lot of tire fall off. Some of the leaders are pitting now with about 15 laps of fuel left in Schneider's tank. Now Schneider's got about 7 lap fresher tires. But this is, again, just like what we saw kind of last year when Schneider was much slower out of the gate during the season, but still finished 10th. Here at Fontana, and a lot of it was the tire, where he was able to conserve his tires a lot better than everybody else. Again, the only racetrack he has struggled with in his Xfinity Series career with tire wear is Las Vegas. Every other track, he is awesome at saving those tires, but for some reason, 3 times we've been to Vegas, he hasn't been able to save them well. We don't have Vegas on the schedule anytime soon, at least. Not until the playoffs. Have to figure out something when the time comes, but for right now, keep doing what you're doing at the other racetracks. He's going to go a lap down behind Schneider. Hemrick is the leader after Chase Briscoe just pit. Cindric was one of the first drivers to hit pit road right there as well. I believe Chastain came down as well. Once everything kind of cycles through here, Schneider will be in the lead as he goes down to the apron through the trial. Trying to break whatever trap Cindric might have had on him. Also try and trap as many of these guys a lap down as possible. Noah Gregson's going to lead his first lap of the race now. The Alfredo's current second. Cindric to get an eventual lap back for Schneider. Schneider takes the lead.
Car just ahead.
Yeah, that'd be the 6th race in a row at Dover now. Blaney hasn't finished in the top 10. I didn't have him as a don't have, but that's only because there were other drivers I felt, were worse don't haves, and Blaney has been the most consistent on speed of the Penske bunch this year. So that's the only reason I didn't have him on the don't have list. Plus, he exceeded my expectations at his 2 worst racetracks this season. Originally, he finished 11th and the other top 10, 8th place run at Darlington as well. So.
Stay high up here. Pitting car just ahead.
Contact, he came down into Jesse Little. Little still getting up to speed. And kind of mistimed it a little bit. A little wide. He's got about 11 seconds on Jeremy Clements for the race lead. All these other drivers on much fresher tires than what Schneider's got right now. Schneider's looking to take this all the way to the end of the night. It was in 9th place when these green flag pit stops started.
Careful.
That's Gregson.
All right, you're clear.
Michael Annette's right behind him, and that's going to get by Gregson as Noah gets back up to speed.
Inside.
Junior Motorsport Chevrolets are going to split Schneider 3 wide to each get their lap back.
Careful, go back.
47 laps to go. Those guys that are pitting now, they will have to pit before the end of the race. Schneider's hoping to make it a one-stop final stage versus those other guys who didn't pit at the stage break might have to go 2 stops. I'm very surprised they didn't pit again at the stage break. Getting 7 lap fresher tires is a huge difference as you're seeing at the Autoport Speedway. Justin Haley up to second. I believe Clements has finally come to pit road. Schneider's right bumps down to 20%. Trying to at least cut this stage in half. He'd like to go as far past the halfway point as he possibly can.
Outside, outside. All right, you're clear. Got one up top.
Slide up in front of Chastain.
Right, you're clear then.
That's a car he definitely wants to hold a lap down, knowing that Chastain's won the first 2 stages. Finished first in the fantasy. Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, I haven't looked at it. I mean, I know how my guys did, but compared to everybody else,
Still there. Got a carload now. Clear all around there. Inside, inside.
Alfredo's going to catch Mike Harmon. Schneider went above Harmon. Now Alfredo goes to the bottom. Schneider going to go all the way down to block Anthony Alfredo. Alfredo is the points leader. That's only 2 races in. But he's still the points leader. Schneider blocks him into turns 3 and 4, trying to hold him lap down.
We're going to need those tires to last, driver.
He's going to go right in between the 89 and the 99. Schneider's going to put Landon Castle lap down. Just 17 cars on the lead lap. About a 17.5-second lead on Justin Haley. We're going to start seeing these other guys pit. They're on the same strategy that we're seeing the race leader Schneider on. Schneider's got 2 sets of tires left the rest of the race, but he likely only has to pit once. Boy, a caution.
Clear eye, bud.
Austin Hill's now going to go left.
Easy on those tires, driver.
That car's down to 16. Brandon Jones is coming, so he's about to get his lap back to make it 17 drivers on the lead lap. Once again, before one. About 6 more laps on fuel. He's not going to be back on the lead lap yet. Loveland at 15 just up ahead. Oh, trouble! Turn 4, car in the wall hard. Very hard. Sliding down the bank into the racetrack. Huge smoke, coming out of the back of whoever that is. He is getting drilled by a couple other race cars. Looks like it's Josh Balicki in the 99. Balicki with an issue. Caution will wave. That is going to trap a lot of drivers a lap down. Brandon Jones gets the free pass at 16th. Some guys are pitting, some are staying out. That was the caution that everybody that stayed out as long as they could needed right there. No adjustments on the 99 team. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. Oh, that was my first win in the Fantasy League this year. I've scored a lot of points consistently. I guess I haven't won yet. No, wait a minute. No, I didn't win once. I think I won Phoenix.
Are you ready here?
I think. Well, maybe I could be wrong, but I think I won one of the races early in the season. I'm probably wrong. You're flying back in the air.
Careful, still there. You're all clear up top.
Starts in 11th. Half his car on the apron, 3 wide underneath the veil. Fredo, Ross Chastain.
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line. Got one outside.
Oh, didn't realize they were 3 wide. A little contact.
Careful.
Fincham was on the outside of Alfredo and Schneider. Schneider thought that he only had Alfredo on his outside. That's why he moved up. Tommy Joe Martins makes it 4 wide behind him. Alfredo side drafts the 99 to get on by the 13. And Martins is going to give Schneider a push now down the front stretch as they get up to speed here at Fontana. 39 laps to go. 2 laps shy on fuel to the end here for Schneider and the rest of the field. That pitted under the caution. Slide job into 3 and 4, all the way up in front of Annette and Gregson. 3 and 4 wide, further back in the pack. Oh, that momentum Schneider lost, so he had to get out of the gas. He slid up the racetrack. Net gain of 0. Went into the turn 11th, came out 11th. Still 4 wide behind, nearly 5 wide. Clements almost made it 5 wide through turns 1 and 2.
Outside.
Justin Haley leads for the first time today at the Auto Club Speedway. Those fresher tires. With a slide job from 1 and 2, he's not going to get around Alfredo. McLaughlin just gets underneath, and he was about to go lap down for that caution wave, and the caution came out at the perfect time for McLaughlin, and he is about to get inside the top 10 perhaps.
Still there.
He's on the right side of that caution as well. He's pulling away.
Stay low. That was a better
teammate has won the first 2 stages, and his teammate's also just coming off a win as well. Chastain going 3 wide under Little and Cindric. They're finally going to clear Alfredo to get back to 11. 3 wide now between Cindric, McLaughlin, and Fincham. Alfredo with that run off the high side is just going to get to the back bumper of Schneider. Not like he's going to bump draft him. Works well at this racetrack down these long straightaways. We've seen it work well already today, even through the bumps. Gets underneath Cindric. Couldn't quite clear him though. Rides in line now behind McLaughlin. Cindric trying to side draft the 99.
You'll keep getting better.
That was Schneider's fastest lap of the race, 41.843 that time.
Careful, still there.
Check up big time at 1-2. He had a huge run behind McLaughlin. We'll slide up in front of the 22, right in line behind the 13. Up on the draft, now side draft on Fincham. McLaughlin goes way up high through turns 3 and 4. Schneider trying to slide right around the 93 and does. Down around the 13 as well. McLaughlin with a run off the top, going to push Schneider down the front stretch. He's going to have a big push from McLaughlin. He's going to get underneath Howard now for 7th.
Still there.
So he continues to try and propel forward. Schneider up to 7th place. We've got 4 cautions per incident total today. Sends it off into turns 3 and 4. A little loose. Cindric gets a couple spots back and he's back to 8th place. Keeping up even on older tires of the 99 Schneider as well. Track position game's starting to come into play now. The screen flag run just gets longer and longer. Chase Briscoe has worked his way around Justin Haley. His tires are starting to hold your line.
Got one outside. You got
huge factor as well why the 99 stalling out. Probably why Haley just lost the lead to Briscoe. Dominated the final stage for the most part. He's also enough to get a good draft off of Tommy Joe Martin's in front of him. Helps him out down the back straightaway quite a bit. Cindric keeps running the top. See all the straightaway speed he gets. Those older tires comparative to the 99 is why he can't keep up with him. Schneider's side drafts now to 44 down the front stretch. Just 32 laps to go. The Auto Club Speedway here tonight.
You're all clear up top.
Schneider to 6th. A lot of drivers at the front looking for the first wins of the season. Chastain, Alfredo, the only 2 drivers who wins in the first 2 races. This goes right a lot tonight. Chastain is closing though. He's up to 3rd. Got around his teammate Haley. He's trying to run down Emmerich now for 2nd. Cindric to the inside of Martins. Pick up to 7th place. Former champion of the Xfinity Series back in 2020. Real life defending champion. Also leads the point standings this season as well.
Still there inside.
So deep into 1 and 2. Schneider really backed out of it, cut down in front of him, and drives in the center off. It's close enough. He might be able to get a draft out. To let him in a little bit deeper into the corners. He does not want Cindric to get alongside of him. 15 likes on the stream right now. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in as well here tonight. 30 laps to go at the Auto Club Speedway for race 1 and 2 of the doubleheader. We will run at Phoenix immediately following this race. No practice or qualifying entering that race, just like we did with this one. Our first night back at streaming after they got back from Dover this weekend. Race. Just got back last night.
Hold your line, got one inside. Clear all around there.
It's charging hard into turns 3 and 4. Can't quite get underneath the 99, not yet at least. Trying to break the draft. Jamie McMurray, welcome to the stream. He's got Tony Stewart's All-American Racing. I have not played that game. I played the first Tony Stewart sprint car game that he came out with like 2 years ago, and still haven't finished the game. I say I'm going to go back to it. I probably will. It might be a couple years down the line at this point. But I want to do one more season with Drew and try to win that championship before 10 sprint cars. The last championship I think they owned. That one didn't really look any different. Be wrong. Yeah, Fredo's up to 8th place. He started closing in on the 22.99 as well. He's got to run. Into turn 3, he's going to try the high side. Schneider goes all the way down to the apron. Now Fredo to the middle. Really held Cindric up when Alfredo got underneath him. He's side drafting Alfredo quite a bit now. But look at Cindric get that draft off of Schneider down the front stretch and hold back ahead of Alfredo just for Alfredo to send it into the corner back underneath Cindric. He's going to clear the 22. Alfredo's up to 7th now off turn 2. Not that much further ahead of Schneider as well. Schneider hooking the apron beautifully that time. Didn't slide the car too much. Just barely above the grass. Now he's going to draft the Haley to get a little bit better drive now. Do the triover. Schneider's lap times have already gone down 0.6 of a second. In this green flag run. Only about 8 laps. A little more than 8 laps. James Davidson won the virtual Coda race. Awesome for him. Caution is out with 26 laps to go. And it looks like everybody's going to be coming into the pit. Schneider's going to stay out. He'll restart from the lead. He was in 6th. He's got one set of tires left. He is going to stay out. We had a late race caution last year in this race. We had a late race caution in Vegas last week. Play the trends game, and he's gonna again go off strategy here. Allgaier gets some free pass back in 17th, and that looks like he's gonna stay out of the pits as well. He might have brought out the caution, and we're only gonna have 22 laps to go when we go green. So Michael Annette is now done for the day.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Are you ready? Green's out. Let's go.
Green flag's back in the air. Schneider leads the field in the green the 3rd different time he's led today. Pulls ahead of Briscoe on the restart. Quickly through the gears. So Schneider's banking on there being a late race caution so he can take fresher tires at the end. We've seen here today how much fresher tires matter in this race. Trying to hold on as long as he can. Got Hemrick looking low, trying to get around him as they go into turns 3 and 4.
Car on the outside now.
Hemrick down to the outside. Side draft in the 99. Schneider trying to hold with him. Here comes Alfredo to give Schneider a push. Schneider's going to lead the lap at the line. Alfredo up to 2nd. He's trying to win 2 of the first 3 races of the year. 21 laps to go.
Car there on the outside.
Hemrick sends it into the corner.
Looking inside now.
Schneider slides way up the racetrack.
Inside.
Oh, gets tagged from behind by Gregson. Hangs on to it.
Say hi.
Still getting a massive push down the back straightaway.
Got a car
Briscoe to the lead. trying to, at least on the outside. Likely not going to work out for him. But Schneider's still hanging on to where he's at, inside the top 10. And now Chastain drills him from behind. Trying to get him going down the front stretch with 20 laps to go. 3 cars pushing each other at once. Chastain just shoves Schneider into the back a little. Little gets sideways in the corner. Barely keeps it off the 21 of Alfredo. Jones squirts by in the middle. Schneider on the inside gets by as well. What a save by Jesse Little. Just a little chain reaction there when Chastain shoved Schneider right into Jesse Little, and they were all 3 pushing each other. Schneider's dropping back like a rock, 3 and 4 wide through the pack. Schneider shoved all the way into the wall now by Clements. He's sideways off of 4, 5 wide up the exit of the corner behind. Not easy to get pushed on these older tires. Through the bumps that Fontana's are seeing.
Outside.
They're 4 wide. Trying to get out of everybody's way.
Got one peeking outside. You're all clear up top.
Just see that car bobbling around quite a bit.
Got one outside now.
Everybody else is about as stable as they can be, at least on this racetrack with the fresher tires they've got.
Outside. 3 wide now. Clear though, bud.
4 wide behind again.
Careful. Still there.
It's back to 15th. Haley's going to likely get around out for 16th. Not yet. Got pushed by Mills now. Back to Gilcraft Jr. Jeff Green's going to get into him. Shove him up the track. Here comes Haley on the top again. Here comes Mills up the middle. David Starr maybe. And Schneider is just simply hoping for one thing, and that is that a caution comes out late. He can take fresher tires. There's only 16 drivers on the lead lap, so that's where he would restart. I'll have to wait and see if anybody else will pit with him as well. Saving that extra set of tires, hoping for a late race caution. 17 laps left. Later, the caution comes out the better. This is a 2-mile racetrack. Sends it. Oh, and he somehow gets around Haley for position. He's still battling it for 15. He's on fresher tires. I don't know how. Far back in the pack, he's pushing Schneider down the back straightaway.
Car there on the outside, all clear. Stay low, stay low. Still there. Clear high.
Chet Fincham, CJ McLaughlin just ahead of him as well for position. Slower back market cars that benefited well with that caution in the middle of 3 flag stops in this final stage.
Still there.
Schneider's going to get up to 13 on overall speed. Probably catch Colby Howard as well, and that'll probably be about it. We are stuck in traffic as well. Because we're on older tires, Tim. Older tires, and especially at this racetrack, is a big difference. Do not pit during that caution, trying to save a set of tires. If we can use it, it's a big gamble. Currently 13th. Again, he could probably get up to 12th on overall speed to the end of this race, and he's basically hoping for a caution so he can pit and use that final set of tires for late race restart. That's pretty much about it. No adjustments on this 99 car all day as well. Schneider's probably got about 18 lap older tires. 1-3 with 22 to go.
One up top.
Barely going to clear Colby
All
Howard.
right, you're clear then.
For 12. Maybe he can catch time to Joe Martin. The tires as well, not entirely sure. Go deep. The corner. Does anybody have anything for Chase Briscoe? Briscoe break that long way to losing streak. He came so close last week. Lost the lead coming to 2 to go. 34 races since his last win. Obviously leading back to early in the going last year in the second race of the season. And you probably need a win to make the playoffs once again. We saw last season that was the case for everybody that made the playoffs. They had to win at least one race in the regular season, for some two. This season, 2 for 2. Very well looking like we're going to go 3 for 3, especially Briscoe holds on.
You got room, you're clear there.
It is good on fuel to the end after that caution. He was going to be about 2 laps short. He had 4 laps ran over that last yellow. It was probably... Yeah, he's pacing to be about 2.5 laps to the good. If this does go green and we don't get another caution. Trouble, turn 4. Noah Gragson has gone around likely. Or one of the leaders at least. Gregson's pitting. I would assume it's him, but either way, Gregson's got to take the strategy. He's going to pit. Alex LeBay, he'll get the free pass in 17th. And we're only going to have about 7 or 8 laps to go on the restart. 11 to go, and we have now our 6th caution for incident today, our 3rd of the final stage. And Schneider can pit for tires. Going to take a half around a wedge out. And 2 pounds of air pressure all the way around. Really got to go to work on this race car. The only adjustment they've made all day, and they saved for last. But Gregson on fresh tires too, though. So Schneider and Gregson both going to be on 4 fresh Goodyears to the end.
Ready?
Green flag back in the air. And they've got about 11 lap fresher tires than the field. Briscoe will lead the field to the green. Just 7 laps to go at Fontana.
Still there?
Brought out that caution. Just saved Schneider and Gregson. Well, Schneider played that strategy, though. He purposely didn't pit under the caution prior, so he could pit if we got another yellow lead. 2-mile racetrack is a long way around.
Still there.
Restart's definitely going to help Schneider as it gets underneath of Tommy Joe Martins for 10th already on the restart. They are 3 wide, 4 wide for the lead off turn 4 as Hertz tries to hold on. Schneider up to 10th, gains 6 spots on the opening lap. Trying to get away from Gregson, who's still back in traffic a little bit. Remember, Gregson's got fresher tires too. Chastain to the lead through turns 1 and 2. Schneider sends it hard. Still outside the top 12. Taking a peek, trying to go 3 wide underneath Colby Howard down the backstretch as they get into turns 3 and 4. Still scattering around for the lead up at the front. They'll be coming to 5 laps to go this time here at Fontana, and this is going to be one crazy finish. We always see crazy restarts here at Fontana, and as we're late in this race, we're seeing it right now. Everybody jockeying for position towards the front. Chastain's trying to win back-to-back early in the season. Schneider gets around Allgaier. He's not quite going to clear Brandon Jones, though, off turn 2. He's left to try and side draft Jones. Now Allgaier hops below Jones, or at least to the inside, to bump draft Schneider down the back stretch. Schneider gets a push in turns 3 and 4. He'll get around Jones for 8. As Ross Chastain leads another late race yellow, maybe robbing Briscoe the win as they're 3 wide for second with 4 to go at the line. Briscoe's on that high side trying to hang on. Chastain's getting out ahead as they're still 3 wide for second place. Gregson's finally worked his way up to 11th. He's quite a ways behind Schneider even. Don't count him out. Again, this is a long way around this track, 2 miles. We're coming to 3 to go this time by the line. It has like 4 different times today, but all of it has been on strategy. It's right in line behind Alfredo off turn 4. Just get to his inside down the front stretch. Side draft him. 2 laps to go. He needs to pass him. Briscoe's going back for the lead. He's not done yet. Wow, Alfredo got loose trying to block the 99 of Schneider. Schneider's going to push him through turns 1 and 2. A little bogged down Schneider that time. A big block by Alfredo as he tries to hold on for 7th every position he can.
Still there.
Chastain high to block Briscoe. As Briscoe went to the top. Schneider clears Alfredo for 7th through turns 3 and 4. Alfredo's going to give him a push down the front stretch. 4 cars under a blanket for the win here at Fontana with just 2 laps to go. Will they make it back to the white flag, or will we see another caution to force another late race restart? Gains more ground through 1 and 2. I think he's just a little bit too far behind. He doesn't have enough laps. Trying to block Alfredo right now for 7th. He's not going anywhere. This doesn't quite have that straightaway speed with this engine as well, but look at that battle towards the front. Chastain leads off turn 4 one final time. Briscoe right behind him in 2nd, followed by Hemrick and Herbst. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go at Fontana for Ross Chastain to try and win back-to-back races. The top side's working well for him. Briscoe hops low, Chastain to block into the middle lane. And again, Hemrick way down to the inside. Schneider with a head of steam through 1 and 2, trying to gain on both Cindric and Little. Slides up the racetrack. Broke his momentum quite a bit, but he does pull away from Alfredo to hang on to 7th. One final shot through 3 and 4 to maybe get around Little and Cindric. And Briscoe gets to the inside of Chastain. Will he clear him on turn 4? No, he's not. It's going to be a drag race back to the start-finish line. Checkered flag is in the air. Chastain by a nose is going to win at Fontana. With the run off the high side, he's trusted the top as he did the entire restart. Briscoe finally got it down to the bottom on the final corner and gets robbed of another late win. And for the 2nd straight race, it's by Ross Chastain. Will go to victory lane for the 2nd time in the first 3 races. Schneider brings it home 7th, further back. Didn't quite have that track position late, but Ross Chastain with the win. And a photo finish with Chase Briscoe. Briscoe tried to get that last lap pass for the win, but couldn't quite do it. There you see the margin of victory, 24 1/1000ths of a second. It's 2 100ths of a second, the margin of victory. My goodness. Briscoe again a close 2nd place. Hemrick 3rd, Herbst 4th, Cindric 5th. Followed by Jesse Little, Keegan Schneider, Anthony Alfredo, Noah Gregson got back up to 9th on those fresh tires. And Brandon Jones will round out the top 10 here today at Fontana. 17 drivers finished on the lead lap. And the only drivers at DNF were Michael Annette, Ray Black Jr., and Ryan C. Briscoe is the new points leader out of Alfredo and Chastain, but Chastain with 2 wins as he wins both stages and the race here tonight. He's already got 3 stage wins in the first 3 races this year. This could be Chastain's season after not even making the playoffs a year ago. Hemrick had the fast slab with a 40.149. Briscoe did lead the most with 72 of the 150 laps led. Herbst started at the rear, finished 4th. He was on the move today. The biggest mover of the race. So is that Gibson Grant? I don't even know what that is. Is that a place in the area? I think I remember seeing road signs for Gibson Grant. I don't know if I went into it at all, though. Well, we did get that top 10 we needed at least to get the incentive bonus, so that was big. So we just missed out on it the last race, finishing 11th, but we did get a 7th place run today. $46,800 going in the bank total. Gives us over 500 grand. Plus, of course, we have to simulate these. I'll just go for the lowest minimum. Maybe we'll get it. So we're probably easily going to have over $600,000 here. Oh, yeah. 666,000. And on to Phoenix for the Xfinity Series. I think we can get 2 top 5s in 5 races without a doubt. Without a doubt. We won at Bristol in the playoff race last year. We won at Atlanta for our first career race. Without a doubt, we're going to get 2 top 5s in this 5-race stretch. That would give us another $93,000. Let's see what we can upgrade department-wise. Upgrade the suspension. And that's it for right now. So the suspension will be at a 90. Aero at a 90. Short track chassis going our way. Engine, by the way, at a 95. We'll be going to Atlanta afterwards, so we need to get this Speedway chassis all ready to go. We need to upgrade her one more. Yeah, we'll just go 1 for now. There we go. That'll get it to an 82, even with the arrow. She's been at like an 8 for a while, and I keep forgetting to train her. Now that we have the money, we can do it. And all right. So yeah, 95, 90, and 90. When we go to Phoenix, this is the site of the championship race. We'll see what we can do. Last season at Phoenix, we didn't even have a short track chassis. And what did we finish? Like 28th or 29th? Like 6 laps down, so it wasn't pretty. We should run a lot better at Phoenix. And again, coming your way here tonight. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes for that race. Should be a lot of fun. Once again, that was a great race at Fontana. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon.